right. Welcome to the Detroit Metro Plug Podcast, episode 112. I am Charles McKay, aka Charlie the Plug, and I'm the host of the Detroit Metro Plug Podcast, where we bring you every week interviews on Detroit difference makers in the area of entrepreneurship and community involvement. Thank you for those who are watching us live. Thank you for those who are going to be watching the replay on YouTube, our LinkedIn page, or on our Facebook page at the Detroit Metro Plug Podcast. So this is a special live stream. I'm going to be doing my recap video and reaction to the NFL Draft 2024 here in Detroit, Michigan. For those who, if you was from this area, you've been sleeping under a rock. Pretty sure you knew about the NFL Draft hosted by our hometown here in Detroit. And on April the 25th, I was out with my video camera and I was vlogging, and I created some content, just my day of experiencing the draft, and just really excited about the city of Detroit. Shout out for all those who are behind the plans, whether it's from the mayor's office, city council, the Detroit Downtown Partnership, all the civic leaders, and those who from private industry, whether it's Rocket Financial and a host of other companies that participated. So just want to shout out you guys, give an applause. Job well done. And we're going to get right into it. Before we do that, let me add this slide here. I want to shout out to our ad sponsor for this episode 112. So our sponsor for today, for this episode, is none other than the Southern Michigan graduate chapter of Groove Phi Groove. Groove Phi Groove, a social fellowship incorporated. Let me read a little bit of information about this organization. The Southern Michigan graduate chapter is dedicated to studying and solving the problems concerning Black men and boys in an attempt to improve the stature of the community and by extensive mankind. Our mission is threefold: to promote fellowship between college and graduate men, strong community engagement, promoting political involvement and voting at all levels, and create an effective leadership to help combat those social ills that affect the Black community. So Mich Grad is but one chapter out of many graduate and undergraduate chapters of college and graduate men that span the nation, from New York to Los Angeles, Houston to Miami, and here in Detroit, and has an international reach as far as Ghana, Nigeria, all with the same goal, purpose, and mission in mind. If you'd like to know more, all that information here is on my slide. You can contact Darren Napier. He is the vice president of the Southern Michigan graduate chapter of Groove Phi Groove Social Fellowship Incorporated. His number is listed there, 313-646-1299. His email is dnapier@.m@gmail. So his email is there. They have an event coming up. I want to encourage everybody to support. They are having a barbecue, their fourth annual barbecue, which will be held May 18th, 12 to 6 p.m. All are welcome, family, children. They have family games, food is going to be catered. It's going to be at Belle Isle. Everybody know where Belle Isle is at, right? Shed 8 at Belle Isle. Mark your calendars, May 18th, 12 to 6 p.m. The fourth annual barbecue hosted by Groove Phi Groove Incorporated, So Mich chapter. There's a number on this flyer, 313-332-3355. That's 313-332-3355. I want to encourage you, put that on your calendar and check them out. Again, this podcast was brought to you by and sponsored by Southern Michigan Graduate Chapter of Groove 5 Brew. Contact the Vice President, 313-646-1299. Email is right there on the slide, dnapier.m@gmail.com. All right. All right, so let's get into this. I'm excited to do this reaction video. I did you guys a favor. I did record about 2 hours of video footage, talk to people, but I condensed it to 30 minutes. So we won't. I condensed it to 30 minutes. When you take a lot of pictures and footage, you're just trying to capture things, and then I spent time on Sunday all day editing it, bringing it so I can make it nice package so you can hear my take, my reaction. All right, so let's see. I want to start with let me add this slide here and cue that up. All right, so this is how my day started, and I'm going to show some video. All right, so it was a Thursday morning. It started afternoon, around about a little bit after 11, 12 o'clock. I live in the Southfield area, and I took the public transit downtown. Some of you may call it the bus. If you're from where I'm from, the West Side, we call it the Iron Pimp. Though I don't have transportation at this time, I've been using public transit, very successful to get back and forth to work and to get to where I need to go. Even having thoughts of not even because the money I'm saving to reinvest in my business and my self-development. I even thought about maybe I don't even need a car, but we'll see about that. So I started out with the Smart Bus, the 405 from Southfield to the State Fairgrounds, and got on the Woodward Fast. As you can see, 2 Smart Buses there. Now, the benefit was you definitely, if you were from this area, that was a good choice because parking was bananas. A lot of people were downtown. As many of you heard, record set of numbers of people were downtown. Also, parking was very expensive. I mean, I've seen prices from $50 to $100, $100 in parking. $100, $60 to $100 parking. So I took the easy route, the convenient route, and mainly my only option at the time. So got down, took the bus down to downtown. So the buses stopped right at Woodward and the LCA Arena, Little Caesars Arena, and they turned down the service drive because everything was blocked off from that standpoint. Let me bring this up here. Got a little bit bigger. Let's see. All right, so I get downtown. Woodward Fast takes me down there about an hour from where I live, down based on the connectors. Didn't take that long. I didn't have to pay for parking. So as you see on the map, there was they had pretty much from almost from I want to say from Comerica Park, from Grand Central. What is that called? Let me make sure I got my show notes here. What is that called? By the Comerica Park, Grand Central. What is that? Grand Central Park. Yeah, Grand Circus Park. Sorry about that. Grand Circus Park. It was just basically the street was shut down from Grand Circus Park all the way down from Comerica Park all the way down. They had barriers around the main area where Hart Plaza, all the way from the Campus Marshal to Hart Plaza was all blocked off. You see those little security gates right there on the side? They had the gated off all a perimeter around Campus Marshal, going all the way around Griswold to Hart Plaza, all the way around Hart Plaza, back down Woodward, and in the Campus Marshal. They had the security gates and the big fences, so you couldn't get in. And there was only, as you can see on the map, 3 entry points 3 entry points, and it was real. It was organized very well. They had security on lockdown. So let me. I want to add this video here. All right, so there, I finally made it to. I'm right at Grand Circus Park. Unfortunately, I grabbed the wrong connector to my camera with the microphone. I was trying to carry lightweight to do my video, and I had my smartphone connector to my microphone as opposed to my camera. So it did take good video, but there was the audio wasn't good, or didn't record the audio, but I still have good footage. So here, the line started at Grand Circus Park. So I want to pause right here. Let me go back. See that? You can see this little line right here. There's a line, people. So Grand Circus Park. That's where people were coming in, and they had counted about 3 checkpoints before you got to the main entrance. So they wasn't playing games. They had checkpoints. They had paid security. It appeared for the event. I'm assuming higher security, professional security for the event. They had metal detectors with screeners with looked like it was like an iPad that caught items. I had my I don't have my backpack right near me, but I had my backpack. I had a clear backpack. I'm gonna grab it. Yes, I had my clear backpack with all my equipment. So it was required that you had a clear backpack, and I had all my equipment, my cameras, battery packs, my stands and stuff like that. So they was checking all the bags. And my bag was checked 3 times. So here are these gentlemen. They were, of course, Minnesota Viking fans, and they came. Actually, they were from North Carolina. They drove from North Carolina to Detroit. We're here at Grand Circus Park, just waiting to get in. And this is around about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And they drove, and we chatted a little bit. Again, sorry about the sound. I had the wrong connector on my mic. So lesson learned. Test your sound before you get started. All right. So they were happy, excited. As you can see, people were with their people from representing their teams. Washington Reds. Well, they're not the Redskins. The Washington. Man, my mind went blank. The Commanders. The Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders. Minnesota Vikings. They was representing. Then this guy, he was a Minnesota Viking fan and from North Carolina. All right, so we talk to him. All right, so now here those people. There was a big old Detroit people. Well, I don't know what you would call this, man. A 3-1. It wasn't a 313. It was a. Let me catch that. There you go. People were signing this kind of like a billboard wall of Detroit. So I'm not sure if they're going to showcase that somewhere else. And they had, now we're walking along Woodward. We get through the one part, the first security check. They check your bags and everything. We're walking down Woodward towards Capitol. No, not Capitol Park. We're heading right before Campus Martial. We're heading towards Campus Martial. Coming down Woodward. I'm filming everybody. People from all over. And this was at around about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And we go through that checkpoint. Now, I'm on Griswold because you can't go in. I'm going to show let me show the slide here. Once you get up to Campus Martial, you can't go straight in. You got to go all the way around to entry point 2, which is down Griswold and like near Hart Plaza. There was another entry from Greektown, and then there was an entry on Woodward, not Woodward, Jefferson. All right, so let me add this to say. So here was this lovely couple. Let's see, I talked to them. Make sure I get that. There we go. Yes, let me pause that. So they were, of course, Minnesota Vikings, dressed in all their garb. Stormtrooper. I don't know if this was his lady or whatever they were together. She had the Viking horns. So people were passionate and excited, dressed in full costume. So there was some really nice, cool people, very friendly, easy to talk to. Everybody was in a good mood. Nice sunny day, a little chill, 50 degrees. If you dressed in layers, you were cool. So that was Griswold Street. All right, so let me okay. I want to add my music on here. I forgot to add my music. Let's see. There you go. Turn it down a little bit. All right, so we are walking towards the towards entry number 2 down Griswold, and you can see in the back they had barricaded. This downtown was blocked off. Young lady I talked to, she was a Detroit Lions fan. We had a little conversation on the way in. You can see all the people representing Detroit Lions. Now let me back up a little bit here. All right, so this is I'm at Hart Plaza. This is the second security point. So shout out to the organizers, because it was no way you were going to bring. You had to have clear bags. You had to go through metal detectors almost 2 to 3 times. So there was no way you were going to bring any type of weird weapons or anything. So shout out to those organizers. They kept everything organized and safe. So shout out to that. As you got closer to, they have paid staff security. As you got closer to the entry point, you will see state police troopers as well as DPD, Detroit Police Department officers. Heavy presence by the main entrance. So they wasn't having no foolishness. All right, so we'll keep this going. All right, so when I got through the first entry, and let's see here. Here we go. So this was the draft experience at Hart Plaza. That's what that presented by Rock Financial. They had games, different things going on. Also, let me switch to the slides here. I downloaded the One app. I mean, not the One app. What was it called? What is it called? I have to look on my phone. The One Pass. I downloaded the One Pass. They encouraged everybody who was going. It was free, but you had to download the app, the One Pass app, which was genius for the NFL because you had to put your name, address, phone number, and email. So that's a way they can collect data, because data is king. So as a business tip, whenever you have an event, if you have an event, you can learn from this experience. Put it on Eventbrite so you can collect names, emails, and phone numbers, because you can remarket, you can get data, you can send them a poll, a survey, get some more data points, so you can know how your strategy, your marketing strategy. You can test things, send products, information. So that was smart. So I downloaded this app, and as you can see, there was a QR code you had to show when you came in. They had different things about what was going on, NFL draft experience. They had a list of all the attractions, everything that was on your phone. So I like that. That was very cool. They even had a schedule. So down at the NFL Experience in Hart Plaza, they had a schedule of athletes who will be available to sign autographs. I'm on Ross St. Brown. He was down there. Other athletes, former athletes. I saw people bringing in shoes and shirts, jerseys, to have them autographed. Now the lines were long, though. It wasn't easy to get to. The lines were long. So as you can see, people start coming in. This is around about 2 o'clock. It's just starting to. It hasn't reached capacity yet, but it was a lot of folks. Raider fans, Washington Commanders. You see somebody? See that guy? New Orleans. New Orleans Saints, Patriot fans. So it was just really exciting. And there was a couple of people. I want to show you these. So I talked to father, son, Lions fans, and here's the thing. They both were wearing the 97, so that's Adrian Hudson. So as you'll see later in the video, Adrian Hudson, there's a mural down in Campus Martial. He's holding up his fist, and has the caption, "Where Detroit is where dreams are made." And I think that is very cool to market the team around him. Here's why. Here's my reason why. For those who don't know, Adrian Hudson, he's from Michigan. Born in Plymouth, Michigan. Played football at a powerhouse Catholic school, Divine Child, and he was a great defensive end with the University of Michigan. Go Blue, championship Michigan. So he's born here, born in Plymouth, played football at Divine Child, and now he's a Detroit Lion since 2022. So I think he's going to be one of the major faces of this franchise. And it symbolizes, Detroit, that defense, that grit, that work ethic, that resembles Detroit grit, what we're about. Detroit versus everybody. The resilience. I think we're a city of resilience. In spite of naysayers, the challenges we may face, we are resilient. We are resilient. So I think having him as kind of the face of the Detroit Lions is a great marketing move. So I saw a lot of 97s. The other gentleman was wearing 20, of course, Barry Sanders. That's my generation of watching football. Barry Sanders is still a star here in our area. But I think Adrian Hudson is 23 years old. I think he's going to be one of the major faces of the Lions as long as he's here. And just that defensive, the sacks and pressure the quarterback, I think that symbolizes that grit. So let me keep this going here. So these gentlemen was having a great time, good conversation there. That's me just kind of taking it all in. As you see in the behind, people were taking pictures at the NFL Experience. They had every team's helmet there. People were taking pictures. And it was people were just all having a good time. Just having a good time. Now, I want to pause here because as I saw people coming in with their jerseys, people with their costumes, people painted their faces, their beards. Um, I mean, it was just a sight to see how excited, how passionate people are. And I want to make this observation about the NFL draft and about the NFL and football here in America. And this is just an observation; it doesn't mean it's good or bad. But seeing all the people we were walking up to the checkpoints, the excitement, how people were just happy. Some people were in full fledged costumes. I mean, makeup, everything you can think of, painted their beards red. People who were from people who were representing their teams from whether it's the Kansas City Chiefs, they had the orange reddish beard. As you saw, I don't know if you've seen, I saw a Raider fan with the skeletons and everything. But it reminded me of, I almost equated like, kind of felt like a religious experience. And here's why. Here's what I say. There are several characteristics of religion. If you look this up, several characteristics that reflect kind of a religious activity. There's beliefs and teachings, rituals, practices, events. There's customs and traditions. There's signs and symbols. You can think of the teams and their symbols that represent the teams, whether it's a lion or a bear or Kansas City Chiefs or their sacred places. Football stadium. It's almost like a sacred place. And so it just felt like the excitement reminded me of almost a religious experience. Now, I'm not judging it saying that's good or bad, but just the excitement level. And I think everybody would agree that football, the NFL, football is the number one sport here in America, the United States of America. I believe it is overtaking baseball, of course, basketball, but football. And I don't know. I don't know if we've made it a God. I don't know if Sunday morning at 1 o'clock, when your team is on, would you rather be watching your team or has it overtaken church? I know that we have three major religions here in the United States with the Christianity, but you have Protestant and you have Catholic for those who practice Catholicism, Catholic, Protestant, those who consider, I guess you call it evangelical Protestant. You have the Catholics. Then you have people who are Muslim, who practice the Islamic faith. And you have people who practice Judaism, who are Jewish, practice the Jewish faith. Then you have other religions. But I don't know, man. I think just watching record people come out, it had all the characteristics of a religious experience. Is American football, is it a God to us? Oh, listen, I'm not here to judge, to say, hey, that's bad or that's good. It's just that I've been, as a Christian, I've been to experiences where you had the same effect. People are excited to go and experiencing, celebrating. Man, you feel that energy when I was here at the NFL draft. All right, so let's go on with this. We have this video back here. All right, here's this video. All right, so now I am walking toward the draft theater. And it is around close to 2 o'clock. As you can see, man, people are piling in all across the country. Maybe people from Canada, maybe from overseas. I can imagine. We see a Chicago Bear fan walk by there. We saw the Philadelphia Eagles. So there it is. You can see the draft theater. Right at Campus Marshall. This thing was huge. Some more Adrian Hudson's jerseys. There's Adrian Hudson. Look at that mural right there. 97. Let me speed this up a little bit. All right, now this guy right here, he is your number one beer man, beer and beverage man in the world. When I was there was a lot of water stations and alcoholic beverages stations, people walking around with the crates selling beer, water, beverages. And this guy, he claimed to be the number one. See, the number one beer man. I met him. Yes, that's right. You were the number one. See, look, number one. He was right in the heart of the draft theater. All right, so now this was around about a little bit after 1. You'll see later in the video when I'm going to show you when we were at max capacity. I wasn't able to I got up real close because people were taking pictures. And I imagine some people just decided to stay up there. They wanted to be up front. But there is the draft theater right there. NFL Draft Theater. This big old dome where the center stage, where everything, they had the concerts, the big picks. And it was like hundreds of thousands of people. I'm going to show you later when it was mass capacity. I got video footage. I was right there in the belly of the beast when they announced they reached capacity. Let's see, where are we at here? Okay, all right, so let me go, I gotta fix that video. So this was later in the day when we reached mass capacity. That was around about right before Big Sean got on stage. And there's a timestamp on there, if you can see that. So later in the day, around about 6:41 p.m., right before Big Sean was starting I think he came on stage around about 7. Says the NFL draft has reached maximum capacity and will not reopen today. They told people to come back tomorrow. Now, you could still partake at Capitol Park, Grand Circus Park, Greektown. That was still open. But if you were not inside, they wasn't letting anybody in. They shut down. They barricaded the 3 entries. 6:28, general admission entry has been paused. 6:41, they will not reopen. They estimated close to 300,000, about 275, maybe more. I mean, and the thing about it was that was just inside the NFL draft main theater, Hart Plaza. There were still people at the other spots. Capitol Park, Greektown, Grand Circus Park, all down Woodward. So I would argue if it was not more, close to 1 million people, maybe 500,000 for sure. Let me bring this video back on here. Let's see here. I want to get to the park. All right, for some reason it's let me get the other parts. Come on, man. All right, showing the video is showing the beginning. So let me remove that. All right, so I took this slide from Channel 7. ABC News, and Associated Press. For that whole weekend, 700,000 plus were there. And I wanted to, there was this article by senior business columnist for the Detroit Free Press, John Gallinger. He talked about Detroit did not need to, there was no need for downtown demolition blitz ahead of the NFL. So if you remember, those who remember when the Super Bowl was here, yes, we had a Super Bowl in Detroit back in 2006. There was a rush to spruce the city up. We didn't have all the assets that we have today. We had Comerica Park, we had Ford Field, we had the Renaissance Center. Basically, that was it. I don't Grand Circus Park, Capitol Park, all those other areas, Beacon Park wasn't off. And so some buildings were still abandoned. They covered them up with billboards or boards, fences, fence things off. So people trying to hide things, but not during this weekend. We are ready for anybody to visit. You ever, some people, you have a house and you're not quite ready for company because maybe you don't have enough tables or chairs, or it's not fixed up the way you want it. So you go everywhere else. You don't invite people to your house because you don't feel confident. You may think people may judge you for no furniture. You got to sit on the floor, stuff like that. And Detroit was feeling that way. If we host an event, are we going to be ready? But I believe that, man, we like, yo, come on. I'm hearing the comments like, wow, this is a nice city, plenty of things to do. I mean, we can host a big event, and it showed this weekend. So shout out to the planners of the NFL draft, the mayor's office, the city council, Downtown Detroit Partnership, people at Rocket Mortgage, and anyone else. I'm not sure who all was behind. Reports are saying that for that 3-day weekend, estimated $160 million to $200 million was the local impact. So shout out to those who made money from this. There was events at Eastern Market. Shout out to the Michigan Black Business Association and those vendors. Things got busy there because I went out there on Friday. I actually got footage of that. I'm going to make a separate video for that. But yeah, just shout out to all those who are involved. I'm going to see if I can show more of this video. Let's see. For some reason, it's starting at the beginning. It's not letting me jump around. Okay, so I'm gonna try something here. All right, let me add this video back. All right, so, here we go. Okay, here we go. I had some more footage I wanted to share. All right, so that looks like that's not going to work. For some reason, it is starting over at the beginning. All right, well, Just shout out to Detroit. Wanted to show some more video footage. I guess it's not going to allow me to do that. Um, that was a great experience. I was a part of history. I was in that crowd. I wanted to show. I was going to show the first draft picks and reaction from some Chicago fans, but I'm having some technical difficulties. So we are going to close this out. Thank you for those who watched this recap with me. Hopefully you enjoyed the NFL draft yourself. Please leave your comments. Tell me your experience, what you thought. The only one critique I had, let me show this slide. Let's see, I don't think I have it in there. Okay. Well, when we were at this point, when they shut the doors down, inside where the draft theater was at, and also where the Hart Plaza, the draft experience, there was limited amount of food trucks. I counted on the app about 26 food trucks, and I noticed that there was a long lines. And I did ask a volunteer at the fan services, with what was going on with the food trucks and the food. And they said that the reason why they had a limited amount was because they didn't want to take away business from the local restaurants like Greektown on Woodward, which was fine. But once you got in, most people didn't want to leave. And then if you left and they closed the doors, you couldn't get back in. And so that was my only critique, because I know that some of the events like the Jazz Festival and the tree lighting ceremony, they have plenty of food trucks. I've seen them lined up on Michigan Avenue, also down Campus Marshall, down Woodward. I would imagine about at least 50 to 100 food trucks there. And I'm not saying I need to have 100, but 26, there was long lines. Mom Spaghetti and M&M's food truck was there. They made a killing because there wasn't that many. The taco truck was running out of food. So that was my only critique. I understood why, when the volunteer told me they was trying to encourage people, because I ended up leaving to go to Greektown to get something to eat, and I came back. But fortunately, I came back around 4 before they closed the gate, and I was there with the people when they made max capacity. But that was my only. Everything else, the security was good. It was no foolishness going on. Everybody was happy, celebrating. And I was there when Caleb Williams was selected. I wanted to, let me try this again. Something's going on with my video. Let's see. Okay, let me see. Maybe it start here. Yeah, that was early in the day, and it was a lot of people then. Well, man, it was a great experience, a great day. I would love to hear in your comments, if you were down there, what did you experience? What do you think about your city? And just all the events surrounding. What did you do special? Did you take your children? Did you take your family? Do you have video? You have pictures? Let's see if I can speed this up. No, it's not letting me. All right, well, that was my experience at the NFL draft. I had more footage. For some reason, it won't let me show everything. But thank you for those who are watching. Shout out to our sponsor of this episode, Southern Michigan Graduate Chapter of Groove by Groove, Social Fellowship Incorporated. You can contact Vice President of the Southern Michigan Graduate Chapter of Groove by Groove, Social Fellowship Incorporated. Number listed there, 313-646-1299. Thank you for our sponsor. So check them out. They have an event coming up on, mark your calendars, on May 18th. Barbecue at Bell Lau, shed number 8, from 12 to 6 p.m. All are welcome. Family games, food, contests, kids bounce house. There's going to be a DJ, So check that out. 50/50 raffle as well. I didn't read that part. 50/50 raffle. All right. So thanks again for tuning into this podcast. I got some more interviews coming up next week. If you are interested in being a guest, you can reach out to me at hello@empoweryouVentures.com. Hello@empoweryouVentures.com to inquire to be a guest on the show. If you are an entrepreneur, community leader, lead a nonprofit, looking to amplify your story to increase your reach, check out your boy Charlie the Plug. I can help you with that. If you find value in what we're doing, I encourage you to like and subscribe to the channel. And thanks again for supporting us. All right, see you guys next week.